So now you take your box command. This is your box command. Take any locate any point in the drawing space. So you have options of cube and length. So length is L, enter. After which you take a length of 30 and then enter. Followed by a width of 20, enter, and then a height of 10, enter. So now you can change this to wireframe. Okay, after which you now take your line command, L, enter. You can take from here to this point, escape, then offset that line through a distance of 5, enter, left click like that, offset this as well through a distance of 10, enter, and then escape. You now draw another line from here like this, and then escape. Offset through a distance of 5, offset through a distance of 10, offset through a distance of 10, and then after that you escape. So now you take your circle command, C, enter, locate the center point here, and then you draw your circle of radius 2, enter. Space bar to repeat the previous command, you draw another circle of radius 2, space bar again, another circle of radius 2, space bar, another circle of radius 2, space bar, another circle of radius 2, space bar, another circle of radius 2, after which you now take your extrude, left click on extrude, left click on the circle, and then you right click, and then you left click on enter. You extrude downward through a distance of 11. Since the vertical height is 10, so you're going to extrude downward through a distance of 11. So 1, 1, enter. Space bar again to repeat the previous command. Left click, right click, left click on enter. Downward 1, 1, enter. Space bar, left click, right click, enter, left click on enter. So downward 1, 1, enter. Space bar, left click, right click, left click on enter, 1, 1, enter. Space bar. Okay, since we can't see it very well, let's orbit it. Okay, then escape, escape. So now extrude, left click, right click, enter, downward 1, 1, and then space bar here. Left click, right click, left click on enter, downward 1, 1, and then enter. So now you take a subtract command, you subtract all the small cylinders from the larger cuboid. So subtract SU, enter. So the larger cuboid is this, you left click on it, and then you right click. Then now take the small cylinder one after the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, and then right click. So now let's go to the 2D wire conceptual to see what we have done. You can see it has subtracted those small cylinders. So let's take it back to the 2D wireframe. Now we draw 6 circles again. C, enter. So we draw a circle of radius 3, 1, spacebar, and then another circle of radius 2. So spacebar. Here as well, a circle of radius 3, and then spacebar, another circle of radius 2. So the same thing applicable here, spacebar, and then locate the center, left click on the center, another circle of radius 3, spacebar, locate the center, left click on the center, radius 2. So the same thing here, spacebar, radius 3, spacebar, locate the center, radius 2, spacebar, radius 3, spacebar, locate the center again, and then radius 2, then spacebar, radius 3, locate the center, radius 2, and then enter. So now you press pull, left click on this, but before you press pull, you delete these lines first. You can see the press pull, we need to, so let's delete these horizontal lines and vertical lines first. So that when we press pull, it's going to be faster. So now press pull, you can see the 3 radius line, 2 radius line, both highlighted. You now left click, upward through a distance of 2, enter. So the same thing here, upward through a distance of 2, enter. 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 So let's see what we have done. Escape first. Let's see what we have done in the conceptual. Fine. Then now let's go back to the wireframe. So next is we draw another circle of three on each of these because we need to extrude it. So but before we extrude it, we need to draw another circle of 3 radius. So spacebar, let's draw another circle here. Okay, the center, and then 3, enter. Spacebar, locate the center, and then 3, enter. Spacebar, the center, okay, the center, good, and then 3, enter. Spacebar, locate the center, 3, enter. Spacebar, locate the center, 3, enter. Then we extrude through a distance of 1, enter. Spacebar, 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 and then the last one, extrude through a distance of 1, enter. So now let's see the conceptual to see it clearly. Fine. Now we need to make this a single element. Okay. So in order to make it a single element, we type union, or we highlight everything using the green highlight. This green highlight, and then this is blue highlight. So using the green highlight everything. Type UNION, enter. Okay, first, after typing UNO, you now highlight everything and then enter. Fine, you can see everything is now a single element. So this is the third isometric model. So now we can highlight everything again, Control 1, in order to change the color. So we can change the color to, let's say, red. So after changing the color to red, we can close this back, and then we can now press escape. So this gives us the third isometric model.